Next we are going to see concurrent lines property related to triangle using straight line ideas, right? First result, the concurrency of the medians of the triangle, that is the medians of a triangle are concurrent, that is the point of intersection of all three medians is a single point, that is the all the three medians passes through a single point, that means it is concurrent. We'll see the proof. Consider the triangle A x1 y1, B x2 y2 and C x3 y3, right? So AD, BE and CF are the medians drawn from the vertices A, B and C. So AD meets the BC at D, right? So AD is a median from A meets the side BC. So here D is the midpoint of BC, right? Because the line AD from the vertex A to the point D is median, because the point D is midpoint of BC, right? Midpoint, from that only we are getting median, the word, right? AD is the median, so D is the midpoint of the opposite side. Similarly, median BE, so BE, E is the midpoint of AC, and the median CF, so F is the midpoint of AB, right? So we know midpoint formula. If a line joining 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2, the midpoint coordinate is adding the x coordinate divided by 2 comma adding the y coordinate divided by 2, that is x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. Similarly, D is the midpoint of BC, so adding the x coordinate x2 plus x3 by 2, adding the y coordinate y2 plus y3 by 2. Similarly, you can find the coordinate of E, so x1 x3 by 2 plus y1 plus y3 by 2, F x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. We know 2-point form of a straight line. Straight line passing through x1 y1 and x2 y2 is y minus y1 equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1, right? So we are going to use this formula, so keep it equation number 1. So we are going to find the equation of the three medians AD, BE and CF, right? So AD passes through the point clearly A and D. We know the coordinate A is x1 I1 and D is x2 plus x3 by 2 comma y2 plus y3 by 2. So we are going to use the 2-point form of a straight line. So y minus y1 which is equal to, so in the formula you are having y2 minus y1. So instead of y2 here you are having the point D. So y2 plus y3 by 2 minus y1. Similarly, denominator x2 plus x3 by 2 minus x1 into x minus x1, right? So y minus y1 which is equal to, so taking numerator LCM, right? 2 is the LCM, y2 plus y3 minus 2 y1 by 2, denominator LCM same, right? 2 is the LCM in denominator, x2 plus x3 minus 2 x1 by 2, numerator LCM which is equal to denominator LCM which is equal to 2, so cancel that. So remaining you will get y minus y1 equal to y2 plus y3 minus 2 y1 by x2 plus x3 minus 2 x1 into x minus x1. So this implies y minus y1 equal to, separating into 2 x term, y2 plus y3 minus 2 y1 by x2 plus x3 minus 2 x1 into x minus y2 plus y3 minus 2 y1 by x2 plus x3 minus 2 x1 into x1. So write it x coordinate, y coordinate, then constant term equal to 0 in that format. So take that y minus y1 to the right hand side. So minus y plus x term, y2 plus y3 minus 2 y1 by x2 plus x3 minus 2 x1 into x minus y2 plus y3 minus 2 y1 by x2 plus x3 minus 2 x1 into x1 plus y1 equal to 0. Now taking the LCM, right? LCM is x2 plus x3 minus 2 x1. So into y minus x2 plus x3 minus 2 x1 into y plus x term y2 plus y3 minus 2 y1 into x minus y2 plus y3 minus 2 y1 into x1 plus x2 plus x3 minus 2 x1 into y1 whole divided by the LCM x2 plus x3 minus 2 x1. So but x2 plus x3 minus 2 x1 just you cross multiply with the right hand side 0, so you will get 0 only. So there will be no LCM, right? Denominator, right? So this implies y2 plus y3 minus 2y1 into x minus x2 plus x3 minus 2x1 into y, then remaining term. So remove the brackets and write it as it is. So this is the constant term, right, which is equal to 0. So x term, y term, then remaining term all constant, right? So we will get, after grouping that, 2 minus 2x1 y1 plus 2x1 y1 get cancelled. So remaining you are having first x term y2 plus y3 minus 2y1 into x minus x2 plus x3 minus 2x1 into y, then minus y2 x1 plus y3 x1 plus x2 y1 plus x3 y1, which is equal to 0. So we are going to write the equation number 2. So whether you can group or without grouping also no problem. So just we are grouping x1 minus taking x1 outside, y2 plus y3. The second term we are taking y1 outside, y1 into x2 plus x3. That is equation number 2. Similarly, we are going to write the equation of the other medians. So equation of B is, write it in the cyclic order. So if you are having suffix 1, then replace 1 by 2. If you are having 2, then replace 2 by 3. If you are having 3, replace 3 by 1. This is the cyclic order. So if you are having y2, then y3 you put, right? If you are having y3, then you put y1. If you are having y1, then you put y2. So you will get the next equation easily. So replace y3 plus y1 minus 2y2 into x, right? So x2 here. So you have to write x3, right? So minus x3 plus x1 minus 2x2 into y minus x2 y3 plus y1 plus y2 x3 plus x1 equal to 0. Third equation. So last median form equation. So replace, same idea. Instead of y3 you put y1, right? y1. Then instead of y1 you put y2. y1 plus y2 minus 2y3 into x minus x1 plus x2 minus 2x3 into y minus x3 y1 plus y2 plus y3 x1 plus x2. That is the fourth equation. Now we are going to prove these three lines are concurrent. That is, we are going to use the determinant idea. So row reduction, row diminishing idea, right, method. So write it in the determinant, the coefficient of x, coefficient of y, then constant, right, for the three equation 2, 3, 4. So first equation, second equation, coefficient of x is y2 plus y3 minus 2y1, right? First row is second equation coefficients, right? Y coefficient is minus x2 plus x3 minus 2x1. Then constant term minus x1 y2 plus y3 plus y1 x2 plus x3. Similarly, you write it for the third and fourth equation. So you will get the 3 by 3 determinant. Now we are going to prove this determinant value is 0. Then the three lines are concurrent. That is the idea, right? For that we are going to use row reduction idea. So first row, we are just first row replaced by first row plus second row plus third row. So adding r1 plus r2 plus r3, replace that in the first row, right? So if you are replacing first row plus second row plus third row, so 2y2 are there, 2y1 are there, 2y3 are there. So 2y2 plus 2y3 plus 2y1. Then negative term, minus 2y1 minus 2y2 minus 2y3. So total term 0. Similarly, the second column, first row second column, minus 2x2 2x3 2x1 minus 2x1, same. Similarly, first row third column, so that is also 0. So you will get first row completely 0 0 0, right? In a matrix, if a row or column is 0, then the value of the determinant is 0. So using that property, so this is 0. So these lines AD, BE, CE are concurrent. That is, the medians are concurrent. So the point of intersection of median is nothing but centroid of the triangle, a new name, right? Thanks.